Hello and welcome to another Circle of Light Movement Live. I'm Lucy Brand.
Hi there and welcome. I'm Natasha Harris. We're delighted to be here for another week of juicy topics and discussion around it and a few tips and hints as well. So I'm just going to go and share this with a few groups, and Lucy's going to intro this today's topic.
Yes, so we're really excited about this because this comes up a lot. Do you feel in constant competition with other women? And it's just, I think, especially at the moment as well, in lockdown with Facebook and social media, and not really being able to go out, in England anyway, go out and have human connection, that contact with someone, so that they can tell you what's really going on, rather than what you just see, the shiny polished version. So we really want to talk into that today and share our story as well, our story of how we've been working together in the Circle of Light movement.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's been loads of fun, and also I've learned so much as well. I think there's a lot of wisdom which I want to share as well. There's if you're watching live, then please say hello. Let us know where you're watching from.
Yes.
If you're watching the replay, then hashtag replay. And if you
I'll take over then. Just give you a moment to catch up. Yes, if you're watching live, then let us know where you're watching from. Let us know your name. Sometimes it doesn't come up in the feed. If you're watching the replay, type hashtag replay. Do ask questions. Do tell us what your experience of all of this that we're chit-chatting about, because it's not just, we've got lots to share, but we'd love to hear your views on things and how you feel about things and how these things are showing up for you as well, because then we all grow and we all learn together, and that's the beauty of it. So yeah, welcome. We are excited to be here. So yes, a juicy topic for today.
Yes. And we'd also like to share with you that we are currently co-creating a monthly membership, Circle of Light Movement monthly membership, because we've been listening to not only Source, but other people out there. And we feel that this is the time to bring this together to support you in going to the next level, but on a monthly basis. So you won't get overwhelmed. You can dip in and out, and it's at a very reasonable price, because you'll get both Natasha and I and all our gifts and expertise. So if you are interested in that, then head on over to our website, www.circleoflightmovement.com, for more information.
Yeah, and sign up to our newsletter over there, because we will let you know when that launches. We've got we've got lots of information coming up on the website over the coming days as well. So we'd love to hear your thoughts around all of that as well. So the membership is coming very, very soon, and we're really excited about that. So our topic, where do we want to start, Lucy? This is a juicy topic that we've both were discussing last week and really talking into it, and how we feel we're in competition with other women, and why that is, and how we can really shift and change that to work more collaboratively, more in unity with other women, because that is what it's really all about, coming together. And we were also talking really about why is it that we feel that we're in competition with other women in a way, and it really comes from a very primal feeling, a very primal memory of when we were in communities, and that we really had to be the best that we could be to get the best man that we wanted to get within the community. And so we always had to do one better than the other women in the community. So it was kind of pitted against each other. And obviously lots of collaboration and everything happened in the communities as well in those days. But it really goes back to this basic instinct that we've got to be better than other women in order to procreate and to keep our family lines going. And that's really where it comes from. So when I realized that, it kind of really gave me an opportunity to think, oh, okay, so this doesn't really apply anymore, because we're 7 billion people on the planet. We are not just a village of 100 people, 50 people. We have internet access, and we can work and be around women and other people from all around the world. So that really kind of just allowed me to see things from another perspective, really.
Yeah, and I think going back to that primal, it's about recognizing that we've moved on from that as well. So I think when it does come up for you, and we were talking about this as well, how does it show up? So usually it shows up with shaming. Usually it shows up with judgment as well. And if you can kind of take a step back, and we all do it, like, you know, that we're not any different to anyone else. Like, we're human beings. And like we said, it's primal. So it's kind of in our DNA. If you can take a step back and maybe a deep breath and just look at where it's coming from, then you could also look at perhaps where you need to work on yourself. What's being reflected back to you, because there's some healing to be done there, so you can feel less triggered by that person or what someone else is doing. Especially in these moments. But also, if you think if it is a real primal thing, then that's very old paradigm. Again, it's not new paradigm. So old paradigm, in a nutshell, is what we have left behind. It's the Piscean age, and that was very much hierarchy, very much set up for men, patriarchy. If you look at it, it is, most of it is a structure and set up for men. So we're moving away from that. We're moving more into collaborations, communities, unity, and just, yeah, collaborations. I see it as a network. It's a network. There's no hierarchy anymore. And so with that, the unity, the compassion as well, and leaving the competition behind, that's new paradigm, leading with love. It melts all these invisible barriers, like the separation, because competition again is just separation. And one of the A Course in Miracles, one of the things it teaches is the only problem we have as humans is separation. That's it. If you bring love to that separation, it'll heal it straight away. So, and that's the ego. The ego mind wants to keep us all separate. And it's particularly at the moment, because you can't, well, in England again, you can't meet up for a coffee with someone. You know, you can't actually have that human connection, which we all need. That's what human beings need, is that connection. But when you can read someone else's body language, when you can see their face and you can ask them, you know, what is actually going on for you right now, and they can honestly share, then, I mean, that's a beautiful thing in itself. But don't you find that any competition that may have been there, or any judgment, just falls away, just absolutely falls away?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, this judgment piece is such a big piece as well. And it really starts with ourselves and unity and connection with ourselves. You know, we are, you know, whole, holistic, whole beings from an emotional, mental, physical and spiritual level. And we often think about this in real separation. I was even talking to a client about this yesterday, and, you know, being a spiritual person and doing our spiritual work and meditation, and then coming into the doing in her business and doing that. And the two were very separate, and we brought those two together really, really beautifully. So it starts with ourselves, but then extends beyond us. And if we can bring that separation more into unity, more into connection, more into love, balance, peace, alignment within ourselves, then we create such a huge shift within ourselves. That judgment piece drops away, because when we're looking at others, we're really, you know, we all do it. We look at others and we judge them. And when I started to really look at where I was judging others, even in the small little things, like I'm judging them about what they're wearing or what they look like, or, you know, how they're doing business, and I'm not doing it that way, I realized that it was a judgment on myself. And so when I looked to change the judgment that I saw outwardly, I shifted that judgment more within myself. And it's not an idea to get perfect. It's not about getting perfect. It's about accepting ourselves for our whole selves and who we are. So it's really like when we start to look at what are we judging outside of ourselves, the environment, the people, the communities, how people are doing things. We are all unique and different. We are all beautiful, unique souls. And when we can work together to that, we create such incredible, magical things.
Exactly. And I just really want to speak into that, the uniqueness, because this is what I share with my clients all the time. You are so unique. In fact, your yoni or your vulva is one of a kind. There's not another one in the entire universe. I mean, how incredible is that? Like, that just blows my mind. It's like your fingerprint. There's no one else who will have the same fingerprint as you. And so if you think about that uniqueness and what gifts and what talents you have and strengths you have, you can't possibly be in competition with anyone else. Like, if you think about it, you're not even in the same league as anyone else because you're that unique. But then again, it comes back to this primal thing. So it's about recognizing that and then just putting yourself back into celebrating your uniqueness, taking yourself out of that place of judgment. And what I want to do is I want to talk about judgment a little bit, because I've got something to share with you on that, because judgment's really sticky. We all do it, like Natasha said, and it can make you feel yucky. Not when you're judging someone else, it makes me feel really uncomfortable sometimes, or a lot of the time if I'm doing it. So one of the things I would suggest to you is the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer, Ho'oponopono. It's so beautiful. It's such a life-changing prayer. And so what I would suggest is 2 points, actually. Is one, the person that you, like, once you bring your awareness to it, your consciousness to it, that you're judging accidentally or whatever, then say the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer. It's 4 lines. You can do them in any order you choose, but it's normally, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, ending on I love you, because universal love, that's all there is. And just imagine the person in front of you and just say it to them. And honestly, you'll just feel this wave of peace come over you. And the other thing is, we are such harsh critics of ourselves and judging ourselves. So the other thing I suggest to my clients, if they are stuck in that place where they're judging themselves so harshly, which I'm seeing going on across the board at the moment, especially with the pandemic and everything else going on, say the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer in the mirror to yourself, because your eyes are the window to your soul. And so even if you think, oh, I'm doing amazing, I've got nothing to forgive myself for, well, there'll be something in your subconscious mind that you're not even aware of yet. Like, it's just the way it goes.
We're not all there yet.
No, we're not enlightened. I'm not sure if we will ever reach it, but then that's fine. That's fine. No judgment there. But just speaking in front of a mirror to yourself, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, is one of the most powerful practices you can adopt. I would suggest adopting it daily at the moment, especially if you are struggling.
Yeah, I really felt that. It makes me feel quite emotional to really look at ourselves, as you say, through into the mirror, through the window of our soul, and really to forgive ourselves for what we've done, what we're doing, and how we can show up differently, and to really truly love ourselves. And to be able to say that I love me is such a powerful, powerful thing. When I first started that, it was the most uncomfortable, excruciating, ridiculous thing that I could think of doing. It was like, why would I do that? And as I've learned to love myself more and more, I've appreciate myself so much more for everything that I'm doing. We are all doing the best that we can in our uniqueness. And if you look at others who are not doing the things that we might see to be right, or in the right way that we think they should be doing them, if we can look at those people with compassion and saying they are doing the best that you can, what you're actually saying is that you're also doing the best that you can.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite words, compassion. Even when I just say it, it just feels so lovely. It feels like a warm hug. It's just beautiful. And I think we just wanted to talk a little bit into our relationship as well, because this is a very unique relationship. Natasha and I only met in February of last year at an event, and then just, I think, naturally gravitated towards each other. And if you know anything about Natasha and I, then we are very well connected with Source and our spirit beings and our guides and things like that we do channel regularly, daily, really. And so we have that strong connection, and we feel that our source, our guides, our beings brought us together. There was a reason they brought us together, and we co-created Circle of Light movement. And that's been one of the most easiest, fun, joyful business ventures ever in my life.
Wasn't it?
But throughout this, and not knowing each other very well at all, I haven't once felt in competition at all. And it's been quite a weird experience. We're talking about this weird experience for me, because usually in the business world, I've had other people, and so this is my thing. But I never had nerves or fear working with Natasha. Again, it was just divinely led. But I feel that without working with other people, that projection other people have put on me in competition. I've had other people say to me, well, you're not where so-and-so is. You're not and it's the worst thing, because if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a business owner, the worst thing you can say to someone is pit them against someone else, especially another woman in business. Because like I said, you're so unique. There's not another person like you in this entire universe. But I've had that happen to me quite often, and then I've done it to myself. So it's I've been a bit wary about working with other people, because why would I want to bring that into my environment? But with Natasha, it's just not been like that at all. And we share stuff as well, about our businesses. And once again, it's maybe with other people that might make me feel, oh, I'm not doing as much, or I'm not as good as her in this. But it's never felt like that. All that's been brought to the table has been love and compassion from my side.
Well, and for mine as well, as we know. And this is where our conversation and our desire to talk into this, because it's in having this and knowing that this is possible. And I think for me, with working with Lucy, it's really been around noticing the absence of all that competition, that judgment, and being wow, where is that? Why is that not here? How do we hold that space for each other to explore what's going on for us each individually, and then each, collaboratively, and being okay with it? It's really, really brought to the forefront how important collaboration is, how much a step this is towards the new paradigm, how we can teach and show other people how to create this. And I've always worked actually really much better with men in the past, and always enjoyed that male energy, and have avoided female relationships to some degree, especially in my earlier years. In work, I come from an IT background, divinely chosen to say I don't really have to work with women, because 20 years ago there were very few women in that industry. So it's been really interesting to shift that around and work so powerfully alongside another powerful woman, and to be able to co-create something so incredible with that. So this is something, again, within our membership that we really want to teach and show how this is the new paradigm, how this is the way forward to working collaboratively together, because it is absolutely possible. Because if Lucy and I can do it, every single person on the planet can do it. It's just about creating that shift of frame of reference, of perception of how things should work, leaving the old paradigm behind and moving more and more into the new one, which is all about collaboration, connection, unity, coming together. And that is what you are looking for in other people, other beautiful souls. Then the Circle of Light movement membership is exactly what you're looking for. That is what we will provide, that sacred space for you to explore what judgment-free and beautiful connections, unity and collaborations really, really look and feel like.
And I think there's what's just dropped in for me there. It's once you start that, so once our relationship kind of started, I think, with the Circle of Light movement, which started as a tongue-in-cheek thing. I have to remind you that. You were just well, why don't we create a circle? I'm okay. Real tongue-in-cheek. And then it's been created into something beautiful, a really beautiful movement that we're very passionate about. But once I think for me personally, stepped into that, because I I used to be I could get very disempowered around women. I would give my power away all the time to older women. And so working with Natasha, I've had to kind of step up so that my voice is heard, not in an aggressive way, not in a but not in a victim way, which I was used to. So it's been really beautiful because I've really grown in this relationship, and I've discovered where my new boundaries are as well to then take to other relationships. But because of this, it's meant I've attracted more of the same in. I've attracted some amazing collaborations with incredible women who I value and respect, and it's been a joyous union of this work. And it's all started from this collaboration with Natasha. So I'm attracting more in of these amazing women that I don't feel in competition with. That honestly, they blow me away how much they want to love and support me sometimes, especially because my pattern is isolating myself, being on my own, thinking I have to do this all on my own, which I think a lot of entrepreneurs have. So being able to invite these other female energies in that have just been kind and supportive, and I know that stemmed from growing from my relationship from Natasha, and like that's kind of been the seed and then it's kind of blossoming into this beautiful tree. And so if you did want to come and join our membership, it would be the same thing, because it would be a beautiful high vibing place for you to attract more collaborate. Well, that's what we want for you. We want you to collaborate with people as well. We want this to be a movement for helping this new paradigm kind of root down of love and light and higher consciousness.
Yeah, and the more of us that join together, the more quickly we will create it. It is time to step up into that now. And we'd love to invite you to come and join us on that. We're going on the journey anyway. We are on the journey. And so, yeah, we'd love to invite you. So there's more information on our website, but it is really going to be a high vibing, sacred space for you to come in and walk alongside us in this. There's going to be monthly themes, just very, very quickly, just going to touch on what's included. Monthly themes, energy clearing sessions, activations and meditations, guidance from the Akashic Records, powerful source, live channeling from source as well, really, really powerful. We're going to support you to take practical action. It's not just going to be all woo. Let me say that. We are going to be making you and supporting you in taking action so that you can create the changes that you want to see in your life, be that around health and well-being, business and career, relationships with loved ones, with family, with yourself, first and foremost. There's going to be access to Lucy and I through a private group where we will be available to support you on this powerful journey. It is going to be honest, it's going to be real, and it's going to be really, truly raw. We will not leave things unexposed. We are ready to move into the new paradigm now, so we'd love you to come and join us.
Yes,
sorry, if you've got any questions about it, private message us, send us a message, get in touch on the website. We'd love to hear from you.
Exactly. It's time that we shined a light on those areas that aren't supporting you, because once you do that, you can transform them, let them go, and then reach the heights that you want to reach. It's all time. And we would love to be alongside you, as Natasha said, holding your hand, supporting you, guiding you, because we're on this journey with you. But we have got a lot of experience, and we can channel direct from source. So thank you so much for joining us today. We really loved it. If you've got any practices or tools, in fact, that you use to help with judgment and helping you to not be in competition, or even any mindset hacks, then please let us know. Leave us a comment, send us a message, because we love to hear from you and we love interacting with you. We shall be here next Friday at 12 o'clock, as we are every Friday, and have an amazing weekend. Love ya.
Bye.